got, the second thing is we have two main ways to get there. And for a little over half of our students, one of those ways is coming to us for anything from 10, 12 weeks up to 2 years to get a degree or a certificate that goes right to a job. And we have about 35 different degrees in that area. Great education. A lot of the faculty, and some of whom are here today, and I appreciate it, they've been in that job often, and they're constantly talking to employers. They know exactly what you need to do well at that job. We have internships. We get you hired even before you get a degree. So that's our wheelhouse. We've been doing that for over 50 years. Hallmark programs like nursing, and Dean Keister is here today, and Ryan in engineering. We've done really, really well at that. And then the other big path is what we affectionately call bachelor's bound. And for many people that are exploring college, they need college credit. Many come to us during their high school time and get that dual credit, get that college under the belt, get a little confidence going. And we're your partner. Now, we might be a partner for a couple courses or a couple of years. You might go back and forth from one school to another. We're in the local community. We're here to help you. And so those are the two big paths, typically direct to job or bachelor's bound. So the third thing I want to say today, it's really all about relationship. We've been in the community for 50 years. We talk to the community regularly, and we know from listening to our students, the most important thing is for you to build a relationship on a path that leads where you need to go. And that relationship really starts today. So my advice is don't leave without getting your questions answered. Get to know some people on the screen. Come and visit us. We're happy to build that relationship. Our classes are small. We're affordable. We're close. Yes, yes, and yes. But the most important thing, we live and die on the fact that we know our students and we have your back in all times. And with that, I will say thank you for coming today. Thank you for spending a Saturday morning when the sun is up and there's 10 fun things to do outside, but you're here with us and I very much appreciate it. So I'm going to turn it over to our Vice President for Academics, Dan Burklow. Dan, take it away.
Thank you, Dr. Thompson, and good morning, everybody. And I would like to, reiterate and say thanks for joining us this morning. It's always nice to see new people and see people that are interested and excited about Northwest State as we are. So Dr. Thompson alluded to a little bit, kind of high quality programs. And I think that that's probably one of the things that we stand on the most is in our academic programs and our coursework is high quality. So when you look at Northwest State, the faculty that are at Northwest State are qualified, certified, just the same as at any university. I think that I would probably put them above any university from the standpoint that they're most of them are practitioners that have come from industry in the field that you're studying, and with the full qualifications in as well. So we have an outstanding faculty. Dr. Thompson also mentioned, I think the other thing is they're outstanding practitioners that are excited about their field, but they're excited about you as students. They see students as kind of their future, kind of, building their field up through the students. So they're always excited about the new learners and stuff. The programs that we have at Northwest State, the deans will talk here in a little bit about specific programs, but what I would say is all of our programs are geared towards our local regional needs as well as transferability. We work with all the universities and we work with all the manufacturers, hospitals, and different business sectors in the region to develop curriculum and make sure that the curriculum aligns with both transfer and careers. So I think that's the neat thing about the community college is, way back when we started, our kind of mission or whatever was to get people directly into the workforce. So kind of come in and within a year or two, you're right into the workforce, and it's kind of transitioned over time. That's one of our main missions. But as Dr. Thompson said, the other part of that mission is to get you into transfer pathways. And the deans will speak to these, we've got several different continuing pathways. So you can start with us and move on to bachelor's degrees seamlessly, very easily, not losing any time or credits. actually saving considerable amount of money. Dr. Hamilton in the STEM area may speak later on about a bachelor's program that you can actually do right there on Northwest State. So you can get your bachelor's in an engineering program through Miami University. And we've got multiple examples of that kind of across the campus. So I think, and I don't want to ramble on too long, but I think as you look at Northwest State, I think what you'll see is you've got a lot of opportunities, no matter what your desire is. If you're looking to get out into the workforce right away, if you're looking to transfer on to a four-year program, or even complete your four-year program at Northwest State, we've got a lot of options for you. The other thing I would add is it is small classes. So as I went through my college career at university, large classes, I was basically a number in there. My calc classes, 100 some people in a calc class, 100 some people in a chemistry or physics class. The nice thing about Northwest State, what you'll see is the average class size might be around 15. Your biggest class might be 30 students, and you might be in a class of 10. So the faculty know you. The faculty know who you are. The faculty know if you're doing good, if you're not doing good, if they need to step in. So it's a very personal experience, and it's a very good, high quality experience. So I don't want to keep going. I'm going to turn it over to Lana Snyder, who is our Vice President for Enrollment Management and Student Affairs.
Good morning. It's great to see you all. I'm happy to be here with you on this beautiful fall day. We're thrilled that you're here learning more about Northwest State. What we want to make sure that you do is have the opportunity to get your questions answered and develop relationships with all of our folks who are here to answer questions. We have meaningful experiences both inside the classroom and outside the classroom. So a lot of what we will talk about today will be the programming options, but also what you can learn outside of the classroom in different groups and activities, how you can get engaged in potentially like career-based experience while you're studying and begin to develop that relationship with you. We're all about you and your growth. It's a great place for you to kickstart or advance your career, and we're just thrilled you're here today. Make sure you get your questions answered, connect with somebody. We're here to serve you. So I'll turn it back over to Terry in admissions.
All right, thank you, Dr. Thompson and Lana and Dan. We appreciate you participating today. Welcome, everybody. My name is Terry Lavin. I'm the Director of Admissions, and just a few things that I want to mention this morning is, as you look at all the Northwest State employees that are here, as it was mentioned before, please reach out to them to get your questions answered. We are here for you. You can see the commitment by how many people are on this call. We want to help you be successful and find what we can do for you here at Northwest State. Kayla's going to switch to the next slide here in a little bit, and there's going to be a QR code there. If you want to pull out your phones and take a picture of that, that will enter your name into a drawing. We will be giving away two $500 scholarships. So it's really easy. If you just use your camera on your phone and take a picture of that, there will be just a couple questions for you to fill out, and that will enter, like I said, your name in for one of two $500 scholarships and a lot of Northwest State swag that we have. We have some t-shirts and different things that we will be giving away. So make sure you do that. If you don't get a chance to do this, this QR code will show up at the end of this presentation as well. Just wanted to reiterate a few things. We do want everyone to realize that we do offer a quality education, and we are affordable, and we do really take care to have individualized attention with all of you. So those are three of the key points that I want to make sure everyone understands. As they mentioned before, get your questions answered by everybody that's here. The entire admissions team is on this call, so if you have any questions at all, we can definitely put you in a breakout room to answer answer your questions. So without taking any other time, I want to turn it back over to Michaela and Kayla. They're our recruiters here at Northwest State, and they'll be able to go over some of the steps on what it takes to become a student here. Michaela?
Okay, so I'm going to give everyone just a few more minutes to fill out that QR code, just so we can gather everyone's information. But Dr. Thompson, I didn't know if you wanted to share maybe with the Real Men Wear Pink campaign, because I think that's something really cool that we always participate in every year, real fast while everyone's filling this out.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So if you're new to the Northwest State world, yes, the strange man on your screen is wearing pink hair and pink beard. And part of our deal is we like fun just as much as anybody else, and we find all kinds of good ways to do it. So I'm in a group called Real Men Wear Pink. I'm a cancer survivor, and October is, kind of support American Cancer Society Month, specifically breast cancer. And so I put a fundraising goal out there for the campus, and the team has been really good about contributing. And I said, if you meet the goal, I'll dye my hair and beard pink. And I reached the goal in 24 hours of putting that email up. So I really appreciate the team. And I've been wearing this for a week. I got another maybe 2 weeks to go. And certainly, if you're looking at this and smiling today, then you got it. We're just as much about that fun side of life as we are about that hard work side on the academic. So Michaela, I appreciate you let me share that story today. Yeah, it's really pretty powerful. We do things in the community, Alzheimer's, American Cancer Association, American Heart Association. We're out there helping people every day. And we're happy to help you on your educational journey, but gotta have fun along the way. So thanks.
Okay, so like I said, this QR code will be back up again at the end of the presentation, but we're going to go ahead and get started with the more admissions. So you guys will hear more from our academic deans, but just a quick look at all of the degrees and certificates that we offer here at Northwest State. I know it's kind of really scrunched on that screen, but we have about 60 different options, which is kind of crazy. So lots of different areas of study. So we'll break that down even more when it comes to our academic dean portions of the event. So why choose NSCC? So in case you guys are a little unfamiliar with Northwest State, definitely you've heard it from our president and our VPs, but definitely quality education. We're a really great spot to explore your options, explore your interests. So you're definitely going to get that quality education. We also have really dedicated faculty and staff, either staff that are retired from the field or still currently work in the field. So you'll definitely be kept up to date what's new and going on in your careers. Really good individualized attention. So we have small class sizes. So you'll definitely get that one-on-one. You're not going to be in a lecture room with 100, 200 people. So I think that's really important when you're going to college. You have that individualized attention and that relationship with your instructor. State-of-the-art classrooms and labs. So normally this event is going to be an on-campus event. So usually we'll have all of our classrooms and labs open. This year it looks a little bit different. So we do have pre-recorded videos that will be on the website that we'll direct you to at the end of the event. And you can kind of see some snapshots of like the engineering lab, the nursing lab, things like that. But we have really great state-of-the-art classrooms and labs. Courses to fit your learning style. So we definitely offer still a handful of face-to-face classes, even now with COVID, more online classes. And then we also have hybrid, which is kind of the best of both worlds. So both online and both face-to-face. So we kind of have 3 different learning styles when it comes to courses. We talked a little bit about transferability, but a lot of our courses transfer to public state institution schools and private schools. So we'll kind of talk more about Bachelor's Bound and how that all works. There's a really great site called transferology.com. That's a really great tool if you're thinking about transferring. And we have a specific transfer advisor too in our advising center. So we can definitely help you transfer your credits to any institution that you're thinking about. Scholarship opportunities, we'll kind of go more in depth on that here in a little bit, but we're also very affordable institution. So we're at $177.33 per credit hour. So that's kind of what you're looking at affordability wise. And then we have great career services and student organizations to participate in. So if you want a part-time job on campus or off campus, we can help you find that. There's lots of student groups you can participate in. So we definitely have a lot of different areas to kind of give you that well-rounded education at Northwest State. Okay, so you might be thinking, how do I get started? I don't even know where to begin this whole process, how to get enrolled in classes. So your first step is to apply for admissions. So that is going to be free on our website. So we do not have an application fee. Like I said, it takes about 10 minutes and the link right there is at the bottom. So northweststate.edu. So it's a big tab up the top of our website. So even I encourage students to just apply, even if you're on the fence about where you're going to go to school or you're not sure if that right now is the right time, just get the application filled out so we can get you started in the process. Your next step would be getting transcripts sent over. So we do require that students submit an official high school transcript. So if I do have any seniors or juniors listening in on this call, just contact your guidance counselor to have them send over that, and then make sure that you get another one sent over once you graduate, like in the spring in May or June, so that it has your official graduation date and a signature with your fancy graduation date on it. And then if anyone's on this call who has previously graduated high school, usually it's just a quick phone call to your high school saying, hey, can you send my transcript to Northwest State? We work very closely with all the high schools in the area, so they have all of our contact information. So usually it's just a quick phone call. And then if anyone has any previous college credit, make sure you contact that institution to send over your previous college credit so we can look at transfer credit if needed. Financial aid, so that's usually the third step. So the FAFSA opened up October 1st, and we do have reps from the financial aid office who will talk way more in depth on financial aid, but they're really great. They'll help you step by step how to fill out that FAFSA and give you all the information that you need. So you will also receive an N number. So we call that, it's a student ID number. So we call that Northwest State an N number. You will receive that once you receive your admissions acceptance letter. It will be at the bottom along with your student email. So each student will have a student N number. If there's any students who have taken College Credit Plus courses with us, your N number and your email will stay the same if you decide to enroll with us after high school. So just know that that N number and that email will follow you forever. So usually next then we'll have you do testing. So we offer what's called the Accuplacer in our admissions office. That is a free assessment, very similar to the ACT and SAT if you've ever heard of that. There's no time limit, which is really great. So students can take their time on that. It's reading, writing, and math. So it's just a really great way to maybe boost your ACT scores if you're looking to maybe do better on like a math section or a writing or a reading. Or sometimes too, a lot of our students can qualify for scholarships using the Accuplacer scores. So like I said, that's free, and then you can even retest if you would want to for $20. So you have that option as well. From there, once your testing is completed, you will complete an online orientation. So all of our students must complete this orientation before registering for classes, and it really just kind of goes over all the services that we offer at Northwest State. So like, how do I find the library, or who do I contact about finding a part-time job on campus, that sort of thing. So it really just kind of gives you that well-rounded, more kind of so contact points on everything that we offer at Northwest State. So you'll complete that. That's online on your student portal. So it takes like 10-15 minutes through your online portal. And then students can meet with their academic advisor after they complete the orientation. So registering for classes, so we have our academic advising center that's actually right down from the admissions office. So you'll hear more from them in a little bit, but we do have specific advisors for different areas of study. So for business and public services, Caitlin Roars-Cordes is our academic advisor for that area. Arts and sciences, we have Renee Bosselman, and for STEM and industrial technology, Brittany Galbraith, and then nursing and allied health, Shannon Floyd. So they're all really great. They'll usually stay with you for about your first 15 credit hours, and then you'll be transferred over to a faculty advisor. So someone actually in the engineering department, in the nursing department. So you'll work with them for your first couple of semesters. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and turn it over to Kayla, and she's going to go through the rest.
Okay, so we are going to talk about scholarship information right now. First scholarship is our presidential and honors. This is for high school seniors, so people who are just graduating, coming straight to Northwest State. Our presidential scholarship is our full tuition scholarship, and our honors is our half tuition. Both of these can be used up to 3 consecutive years, which is super nice. So if you want to just come to Northwest State part-time, kind of take your time getting your degree, you can absolutely be here and use it for 3 full years. You do not have to be a full-time student either. So like I said, if you want to take your time and maybe just take 2 classes your first semester, that's no problem. You can still use your scholarship, which is very nice. So for the presidential scholarship, if you have a 3.5 high school GPA, or if you are a Northwest State CCP student and have taken 12 credit hours, we can use your CCP GPA, and you have to have a 3.25. So as long as you meet one of those 2 GPA requirements, you are good to go. And then we also have test scores that you need to meet. So if you have an ACT scores of English 18, reading 21, and math 22, you qualify for this presidential scholarship. Good news, let's say that the ACT wasn't a very friendly test for you. That's no problem. We can use Accuplacer scores. So let's say that you meet your English and your reading score and only your math score is a little bit low on the ACT. We can do just a math Accuplacer and try and qualify you that way. So we don't have to do all ACT scores or all Accuplacer scores. We can kind of pick and choose, which is very nice for students. Like Michaela said, first testing in Accuplacer is free, and then if you would need to retest, it's only $20. So the honor scholarship, 3.25 high school GPA, or again, if you're a Northwest State CCP student, you can have a 3.0 CCP GPA. Same test scores are required for the honor scholarship, but again, we can use the Accuplacer, which is super nice. So the application is this very, very simple 1-page form for you to fill out. If you are remotely close to any of those requirements, we highly recommend just fill it out and we will work with you, let you know if you need to take Accuplacer. Sometimes we wait and evaluate your GPA the next semester, see if it went up, things like that. So like I said, 1-page, very simple form. There's also a Google form on the website that you can just fill it out right online. So either do the paper application where you can mail it in, email it, or drop it off, or you can do it online on our website. Couple more scholarships. We have our CareerTech Scholarship, which is for high school seniors who are attending or completing a career tech program, such as a program at 4 County, at Vantage, or Penta. So this scholarship, it is for students who are currently completing that program and then coming to Northwest State to continue in the same field. So again, a very simple 1-page form that you can fill out, and there's also a Google form on the website. Foundation scholarships, this is for everyone. Don't have to be a high school senior to fill this one out, but it's for over 60 different scholarships on campus. Again, a very simple 1-page form to fill out, and it's good for all of these scholarships. Last year, the foundation was able to give away over $660,000 in this 1-page form. So definitely a great scholarship to fill out. One to highlight, we have the Francis O. Fackler Scholarship, which the requirements for that is just for residents of Henry County. So definitely a great opportunity there, scholarship-wise. So again, we'll give you another opportunity here to scan the QR code before we pass it on to financial aid. So we'll give you a couple minutes here. If anyone ever wants to come visit campus, feel free to call or email admissions, or we do have visiting campus days on our website that you can absolutely sign up for as well. Okay, I will pass it on to Mackenzie Wonke from Financial Aid.
Thank you. All right, so I'm just going to go over just a couple minutes just to encourage you to do a couple things. I'm not going to go entirely so deep into financial aid because that would take way more than 5 minutes for me to cover. But basically, I just want to encourage you to start the 2021-2022 FAFSA, as well as our general foundation scholarships. So with the 21-22 FAFSA, that just opened up last month. In fact, that last month was FAFSA month. So what I want to encourage you to do is that if you're going to start that, get your 2019 taxes handy, and then get a username and ID ready, also known as the FSA ID, one for the student and one for the parent. So that would be a good way to start. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to send in the chat, I'm going to send a couple links. One is we actually have a recorded presentation. So if you guys want to spend that time, it takes about 20 minutes to watch through, but it's full of good information. It will help you give you the basics of what you need for financial aid. I'm sending that. And then I apologize, it's a long link as it doesn't seem that Zoom takes hyperlinks, but there is also a link for Sign Now for our scholarship applications. As Kayla went over earlier, we gave out over $660,000 for these foundation scholarships. I have the application here. All you have to do is fill it out online and it'll just drop in our email box. So no need to print. You don't have to come back to the office for a little bit. So feel free to do that. I also have today with us our financial aid resource counselor, Isaac Benner. He's helpful for any kind of students that are going through a financial situation at the moment. So if you need to, at the end of this, when we get to the Q&A, if you want to have a breakout room with him, if you're going through some kind of hardship, or you just have a situation you don't want to share with anyone else, we have, I also have Maddie Fagan. She is our assistant to the office, and we'll be happy to help answer any questions you have along the way. Just because everyone's situation is different, I'm not going to go too deeply into financial aid, but like I said, get your 2019 taxes ready to go, and then also get that FSA ID for parent and student. Other than that, that's all I can really give you for right now within a condensed 5-minute session, but feel free to ask us plenty of questions in the Q&A, especially if you've already started your FAFSA. So I'm going to go ahead and send that message out in the chat here. Oh, the link did work. So let me also give you the pretty one. That way you don't have to worry about that too. So there's that really long one, but then there's also that nicer looking one. Oh. Well, either way, you have both links, so feel free to open up those tabs. You have it ready to go. And so then I'm going to go ahead and pass this on to Cassie Rickenberg for Advising Center.
Hi, everyone. My name's Cassie. I'm the Director of Advising at Northwest State. Michaela touched a little bit on the advisors in the Advising Center. So what will happen after you get through the admissions process, you've met with the recruiters, you've done your application, test scores, you can come sit down and meet with an academic advisor. The academic advisors are broken down by program, so they will be able to discuss program requirements. We do a lot of work with academic planning, so we use a planning tool called DegreeWorks. And within that program, you can see what classes you need to take what semester. If you want to be a part-time student or a full-time student, it'll break down by term what classes you need to take. And then of course, how long until you get to your graduation period. So traditionally an associate's degree is 2 years. So if you'd like to finish in 2 years, we can definitely lay out that plan for you. Or if that's extended a little longer into 3 or 4 years. So we can go through all of those steps with you to make sure you get registered for classes. The other great thing about academic advisors is they are very connected to campus resources. So if you do have a question and you're not certain where to go, you can ask that question to your advisor and they will send you in the right direction to make sure you get your questions answered. So really a resource on campus to help you make sure you complete your degree or successfully complete your degree. The other thing that I work on is accessibility services or disability services. Traditionally, when you're in high school, you have an IEP or 504 plan. Others may have a note from their doctor saying they need specific accommodations due to a disability. The most standard kind of service we provide, I think, if I can explain one, is extra testing time. So if you need extra testing time, You would come see me, bring your paperwork. We review the course schedule that you have and how we compare academic accommodations to the classes you're taking and your needs. From that point, like extra testing time, you'd go into the classroom, you'd discuss with your faculty, and I would kind of be your liaison to make sure that all of your needs were being met. I know Michaela will probably put out our contact information too. So if you'd like to speak to myself, I'll be in a breakout room at the end if you have any specific questions regarding academic advising or accessibility services. Thank you. And I think it's on to the academic deans.
It is. So we'll just kind of go right in order on the agenda. So if Dr. Ryan Hamilton wants to start us off, that would be great.
Good morning, I'm Ryan. I'm the Dean of STEM and Industrial Technology at Northwest State. So STEM means natural science, so biology, chemistry, physics. Our technology includes our computer programming, our cybersecurity. Engineering is our engineering technology programs, and of course, math is math. We also have the industrial technology programs, and these are programs that sometimes people refer to as our skilled trades, but they're things that are more along the lines of, well, I'm interested in automation, so I want to take some courses in programmable logic controllers, or I'm interested in how larger, more complex machining systems work, so I'll take stuff like CNC machining. You know, so those are our industrial technology programs. We have a lot of different programs that go on in our area. We have quite a few different engineering technology programs, and as Dan Berklow mentioned, we also have a program with Miami University where somebody can complete through Miami University not only an associate's with us in engineering technology, but also a bachelor's in electromechanical engineering through Miami University and do it all on the Northwest State campus. We have several other programs that are very easily transferred. If somebody is interested in going to the University of Toledo, our engineering programs are very easily transferred out there as well. There are very few students that come to Northwest State that don't see us over in STEM, because almost everybody has to take some math or some science at some point, so everybody gets to come see us. We are the STEM division, and you know, if you have questions, feel free to let us know later.
Morning, I'm Dr. Kathy Keister, and I'm the Dean of Division of Nursing and Allied Health. In our division, we have 4 programs, 2 of which result in an Associate of Applied Science, and 2 are certificate programs. From the regards of our degree programs, we have registered nursing and medical assisting. And in our certificate programs, we have practical nursing and phlebotomy. Our nursing programs require a separate admission process other than what you would do at the college level. And those applications are due February 1st if you're looking for a fall start in the nursing clinical courses, or September 1st if you're looking for a spring start. With both of these programs, they involve didactic in the classroom, laboratory experiences, and clinical experiences. With our nursing programs, you start out that very first semester going and providing care for individuals in our area clinical agencies. Our RN program is accredited by a national professional organization, but both of our nursing programs are approved by the Ohio Board of Nursing. With medical assisting and phlebotomy, there are not separate admission processes. However, we are more limited in terms of the number of students that we can accept into those programs. Our medical assisting program is a 4-semester program. It involves didactic, laboratory, and a clinical practicum experience at the end of the program. And it is accredited by a national professional organization as well. The phlebotomy program, which is our certificate program, is a 2-semester full-time endeavor, and it has a clinical practical experience at the end as well. In addition to the programs that we actually offer on the NSCC campus, Northwest State is a partner with other area community colleges in Northwest Ohio. And those programs are other allied health professions, including radiotech and respiratory therapy programs. Our students for those programs would take their Gen Ed courses on our campus. And when it comes time for the technical courses, which are offered by the other institutions, a lot of that can be done from our campus through distance learning. But there are trips that the student would need to make to those respective institutions for some of their technical training. I believe that kind of sums it up for the division, so I'll pass this along to Jason Rickenberg.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jason Rickenberg. I'm the Dean of Business and Public Services. I'd like to thank you all for sharing your Saturday morning on what it looks like to be a beautiful Saturday here in November. We are split into two areas within our division, the public services area as well as the business area. So I want to just take a moment to look at some of the highlights of several of the programs worth mentioning. Again, for additional information, I would encourage you to check out our division through the Northwest State website under academics, and then go ahead and click on the links. There's lots of good reading. The first two programs I'd like to talk about is the Associate of Applied Sciences in Agribusiness and as well as in Agronomy. This is a large area in Northwest Ohio and of course the state. There's some great opportunities there for students to go into. If you want to look at the soil sciences side or the actual agribusiness, maybe ag lending or managing in an ag facility, these are two great programs for you. We also have a criminal justice program that you can get your first 2 years of a 4-year associate's degree in criminal justice. If you are interested in going in to become a police officer, we do have a law enforcement academy on our campus. We currently actually have 20 students in the program. That runs the entire year from fall and spring. And those students meet typically from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. Monday through Thursdays. Very intense program that is, of course, under the purview of the Ohio Police Officers Training Academy. Once those students get through that training, they're able to sit for their licensure through the state of Ohio and then become police officers. So it's a great program and it's been in existence for roughly about the last 15 years. We also have paraprofessional education and also pre-kindergarten. So for those students that are looking at starting to go into education, these are two great areas. They meet the Ohio Department of Education standards for paraprofessional associate licensure. So if you're interested, it's a great area to go into as well. On the business side, all of our programs are listed and accredited through the Council for Business Schools and Programs. And I need to back up because I missed one of our important programs under Human Services. So let me back up for a hot moment here. Our Human Services program, we have, of course, if you want to become a social worker or a substance abuse behavioral counselor, we have that program. It's the first 2 years of a bachelor's, but it can also lead you directly into the workforce. That program is, of course, accredited through the State of Ohio Counselor and Social Worker and Marriage and Family Therapist Board. We're very proud of that program.
He's talking about like.
Oops, sorry. And then through the business area, of course, accounting, first 2 years also, that is an applied degree where we can actually get you within the workforce. Business management, if you are a displaced worker that may be looking at adding some credentials to your resume, this is a great opportunity in this sort of sluggish economy to come out and take some of those courses. That program is offered completely online. If it is something that you're looking for to do remotely in these COVID times, we'd be more than happy to help you. And we also have the Ohio Guaranteed Transfer Pathway for business management to get you onto a bachelor's degree. We have a banking and finance degree, an entrepreneurship degree, as well as HR management. We have marketing, and those again are all accredited. And then on the admin side, so office administration, medical support, we also have programs for those admins that are looking to do sort of that frontline work within medical facilities, billing, coding, checking folks in. We can help you with that also. And then last but not least, we also have 4 courses online for those of you that are looking to jump into that hot real estate market and make your first $1 million. Those courses are completely online. You take those 4 courses, and at that point you can actually sit for your licensure with the state of Ohio. So we also embed those in some of our curriculum so that students are getting those, such as in banking finance, so that, you know, hey, why not take a couple more extra classes and then also be licensure in, within real estate. Would like to thank all my faculty. They do a wonderful job. Content experts, and they care about the students, and we'd love to have you become a part of our division and overall at Northwest State. Thank you.
Hi. Ooh, hang on just a second. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm hoping you can hear me now. Yes? Okay, my apologies. I am running multiple versions of this meeting at the moment, and it appears that you get to see my cat today instead of me if you want to hear me. So, I'm Amy Drees. I'm sitting here today for Dean Jamila Tucker in Arts and Sciences. She is moving house today and is unable to join us. However, I'm here for 3 degrees, an Associate of Arts, an Associate of Science, and Visual Communication and Graphic Design. Let's start with Visual Communication and Graphic Design first. It's the degree in our area that is designed as a 2-year degree specifically. That is, you enter the workforce at the end. And it is basically dealing with if it moves, if it's interesting, if it's attractive, or if it's on the internet, it happens in VCGD. The idea behind it is design thinking, which can help anyone solve any problem. So if you were the art person in high school, think about visual communications and graphic design. The other 2 degrees, the Associate of Arts and the Associate of Science, are, think of them as you want to go to a 4-year degree. So many of the other majors discussed today lead to a 4-year degree, and you'll spend some time with us taking background work to prepare you for that transfer. We often call this the Bachelor's Bound program. If you know you want 4 years, talk to someone in Arts and Sciences. They're the ones who can help you make that transition, prepare for it, make sure you don't take classes you don't need, make sure you're connected with your 4-year partner, make sure you're connected with the special scholarships that your 4-year partner can offer. Otherwise, apart from math, we offer the rest of the general education curriculum. So if it's not math and science over in STEM, hi Ryan, we have the social sciences, the composition classes, the speech classes. If it's general education, you're talking to Arts and Sciences. What to remember? If you're looking at multimedia, media, or art, that's visual communication and graphic design. Talk to us. Otherwise, if you're thinking about a 4-year, come say hello to Arts and Sciences.
Okay, so that is from all of our deans covering all the academic programs. So now we're going to kind of move into the Q&A session. So if you have any questions about maybe program, financial aid, Northwest State in general, kind of now is the time to ask. You can also put questions in the chat if you don't want to turn your microphones on. We have the chat option also, or if you would even want to go into a breakout room specifically with financial aid or something like that.
We have a question.
Okay, great.
Is the foundation scholarship available now we saw it said it starts in October. Does that mean it closes in October or it's available now? And then can that apply to the spring semester?
That's a good question. So the application that I actually put out in the link is for the 2021-2022 academic year, which is available, but it does not apply to spring of 2021. It applies to fall of 2021 and spring of 2022. We do occasionally have students that still complete the 2020-2021 application, and sometimes if we have the time and resources, we will try to award again. But that's just all depending, like I said, on the resources and time. If you would be interested in applying for that one, let me know, and I can see if I can put the link for that down as well. But right now, the application that I sent out is for next year, and yes, it is open and available already.
And can that apply to CCP students?
So the students CCP, but coming next year is like an actual student enrolled, or are they going to continue to be CCP next year?
Continue to be CCP.
Then no, because their education's already paid for. So they have no need for financial aid or scholarships at this time.
So what if CCP did not cover enough hours that the student wants to take?
May I ask real quick, is the student a homeschool student or a public school student?
Yes, homeschooled.
Homeschool, okay. So in that case, you can self-pay for those classes. If you want to take classes above what's been awarded to them, they would have to self-pay. So it would be full tuition for that class. And it's $177.33 a credit hour. You have to pay for your fees and your books.
Okay, thank you, Anne. Yeah, this is Bethany and I are on.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Yes, and if you want to email me or call me and get into that deeper, we can talk about that. I'd be glad to talk to you about that.
Great, okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Anyone else have any other questions or anything?
I see a question in the chat. It says,
Yes.
do you have to reapply if I applied last year, graduated 2020?
So
He is
Chad,
in a
if you-
breakout room with our enrollment specialist right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Mackenzie, the foundation scholarship is due February 12th, correct?
Yes, it is due February 12th. That should be a Friday. I think we have it set to 4 p.m. of that day. It should be submitted by.
Okay, yeah, so that is coming quickly. Everyone, that'll be here before we know it.
And like I said, the link I provided, it takes maybe at most 15 minutes to fill it out. You don't need to necessarily complete a FAFSA for it, but we do encourage you to, especially if you're someone that even feels, hey, I'm not eligible for grants. We request you do it just because we do look at those people that are just outside of that threshold of getting those Pell Grants that need based aid. We look for you and we try to help you. So even if you aren't eligible for that type of aid, I would still just encourage you to do that.
Any other questions, or would anyone want to go in a breakout room with someone from admissions or financial aid? We also have our CCP advisors here if we have any College Credit Plus students in the room who have any concerns or need to still schedule for spring or anything like that also. Okay, so then if we don't have any other questions, if you guys would want to, like I said, normally we do our Discover Northwest State Day on campus with like tours, and you can see classrooms and labs. So on the Discover Northwest State page where you found the Zoom link today. We have pre-recorded videos, one for each academic division, so then you can see clips of the areas and clips from our deans. So I really highly encourage you to jump on those videos, also look at the program lists, all that good stuff. So we just want to thank everyone for coming today, and we're going to go ahead and put up that QR code as well, in case you missed that during the admissions presentation for the scholarships. We also have our campus tour video. Thank you, Dan. Dan and Lana. We have our campus tour also that you can view. That's a virtual tour as well on the website.
Do you anticipate, Terry and Michaela, like folks can stay on and then go into breakouts?
Yeah, if anybody would like to stay on, that would be fine. We could answer their questions or have them join a breakout room. If you do not have any questions or would like to end the call, you can do that if you would like. I want to just kind of wrap up with telling everybody from Northwest State, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate you taking the time, and more importantly, thank you potential students for joining us this morning, learning a little more about our college and what we can offer you. We appreciate you taking the time. We wish we could have seen you in person. It would have been a great experience for you to be on campus to see everything we have, but we were glad we could offer this virtually and be able to reach out to you and answer your questions, things like that. So at this time, I guess we can wrap things up unless you would like to stay on for individual questions or join us in a breakout room. And we will, or type your questions in the chat room. We'll stay on for a few more minutes. But if you have no other questions, I guess you are free to leave us. And thanks again for joining us this morning. And thanks to everybody for participating from Northwest State. Appreciate the help.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Terry. Nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks all.
Thanks,
Everybody,
Dr.
well
Thompson.